Greetings, humans. Spinning Mantis here, and we've got some Overwatch League stuff for you. Um, I'm probably going to try to do these maybe once a week, sort of talk about the teams, what I've seen so far, and what my predictions are for the rest of the games, and maybe for next week, what I'm sort of seeing here. We'll also go ahead and buy our first Overwatch League skin in-game, make our predictions for next week, sort of talk about how I felt the games went, how I thought the broadcast was. First off, let me say they made a really smart move by partnering with Twitch for 2 years. The numbers were really good on the first night. I saw at least 350,000. On the second night, I saw at least 280,000 maybe. And I watched quite a lot. I watched a little of all of these games and quite a lot of a few of them. So we'll just kind of talk about that. First off, the Valiant versus the Shock. Sort of a bottom tier teams, I think, overall. I don't think the Valiant's going to make it to the top, nor the Shock. Shock is definitely going to be in the bottom, I think. Gladiators and Dragons. Again, the Dragons looked really bad, and it's kind of funny because the Shock and the Dragons and the Mayhem have these horrible, horrible uniforms and skins, and didn't do them very well. So, Soul Dynasty versus Dallas Fuel, I watched almost all of that, and I've got to say about that, they were crazy. They only played Seagull in the first game, and he didn't play in the next 3 games. It was so stupid. And guess which round they won? Dallas Fuel won the first round. So I'm kind of rooting for both of these teams. I think Seoul Dynasty is going to be the top team, maybe at the end of the season. They have like an incredible roster, all Korean, and Dallas Fuel, I think, is probably the strongest American team, one of the top 2 strongest American teams, and I think they made a big mistake by only playing Seagull in the first game. I don't know what that was about. It was crazy. And then the Spitfire rolled pretty hard over Mayhem. Spitfire is another 100% Korean team, so they're so solid. I think the Mayhem will be all right, sort of in the middle. Philly was really good and beat the Outlaws. Most people ranked Outlaws above Philly and above the Mayhem, but I thought Philly was really strong. That was a really, really good game. And then the Excelsior is another, I don't know if it's 100% Korean, but they are a stacked team, and we'll look at the rosters in a minute. And they beat up on Boston pretty good too. So I really enjoyed watching it. We'll talk about what I felt about the Twitch broadcast. Thought the segments in between the rounds were too long. There was completely dead air where they just showed like the stage for 2 minutes and nothing else. It's really dumb. That's the first thing. Second thing, no stats. I'm sorry, but Overwatch, League, and competitive need a proper scoreboard that tracks everyone's kills, deaths, assists, all that stuff. And Overwatch League absolutely needs that. Sports are all about stats, and esports have to be all about stats, and Overwatch wants to hide it all. Like, oh, it'll cause toxicity. That's why we don't have it in the game. I think it's dumb. I think Overwatch is so toxic already. I don't think it could get worse. So the stats, I think, should be there, especially for Overwatch League. They should have many, many more stats, and they could fill the in-between game segments with scoreboards and stats and stuff like that. That's what I really want to see. League of Legends totally does that, and Overwatch League should too. Other than that, of course, I thought the casters were good. I thought the general presentation was good. There really weren't replays during the game. It was a little bit hard to follow with the home and away uniforms because of the red-blue thing still. Even with the new skins, it was a little bit weird. The away uniforms as white didn't come off quite right. I'm just not sure about that. They could have done more. Some of the camera angles and some of the ways they looked at the maps were not ideal. Were not super duper great. So actually, let's just pop into the game for a second and go ahead and buy our skin. So we'll take a quick look at all of them. And Uprising, it's okay, but it's boring. So it is yellow and blue. And you'll see there are a lot of blue uniforms, and it just looks too similar. So we'll jump to the Excelsior here. Oh, wait, it's also blue. It's only got red. So it's kind of confusing. And then the Dallas Fuel is also blue on blue. So I think that's confusing. And then we'll take a look. So the Shanghai Dragons, red and yellow, horrible McDonald's colors. And then Florida Mayhem, oh, red and yellow, horrible McDonald's colors. So I think this works good for in-game. It's highly visible, but ugly as sin, as is the San Francisco Shock. Really ugly orange, and another orange. This is a little more blue, so that's a bit better. A little more dominant on the blue. So we'll take a spin through all of them. Again, as I was saying, this combo is okay, but it's really nothing special. Not crazy about the Boston uniforms. It's just super boring. I think these are okay. There's some variation here. It stands out. It pops. I think it's pretty ugly, but I wouldn't really buy any of these myself. Like I wouldn't really buy the Boston Uprising, and they're not teams I'm really going to be rooting for. Florida Mayhem, look at this. McDonald's. I mean, if you want to troll, maybe this is good. But why is that completely different? Because he's dirty? It's actually much better because it's all washed out. Look, oh my god. It's pretty rough. Look at this big ketchup and mustard nightmare. So I don't like those at all. Outlaws, yeah, this is fine. I think this is my second favorite uniform because it is heavy on black. I think it looks good on the Mercy. I did consider maybe this for Lucia, but in the end it's too boring. Outlaws probably aren't going to be the team that I'm following or rooting for. The Excelsior, again, this is okay. It's just boring. It's blue with little touches of red. Not so great. And Philly Fusion, oh, yet another orange one. So many orange uniforms. Again, just don't really like it. Come on, computer. Okay, now everything I'm hitting is opening the because at the top because Anna. Right. Gladiators, they're a bit different. They're purple. They're the only purple ones. If you're into purple, this could be okay. Overall, boring. Nothing special. Dallas Fuel, I want to like this one. So this is the team that I root for the most. Because I am a big Seagull fan. You heard me do my little rant about Seagull before and how they should have played him in the other games. So stupid to bench Seagull for the rest. But ultimately, this is just boring. It's just not so interesting. Valiant. Okay, these are kind of cool and kind of pop. These are spinning mantis colors, which are green and yellow together. So in that way, I kind of like these. And as I was going through, I was like, okay, I've got to buy a skin for a character that I play a lot and a character that I don't have a really great skin for. So I really actually do have a lot of great skins for some of my guys. I kind of like the green glow on him, but I'm not going to be a Valiant fan. I like the colors though. You know, Zilbrad's going to be buying one of these green ones. He's likes all green skins. The Shock, horrible, horrible. Not a fan. Orange and yellow. Ooh, absolutely scary. And I'll do the Dynasty last. So, again, this just ketchup and mustard thing. I know they're the Chinese colors, but it honestly, I just wouldn't want to have these skins on. I just don't think they look like what I would want on a character. So here we go. Here's the Soul Dynasty. These all look badass. Now this Genji looks really good. I think this is probably the best of a lot of them. Zenyatta, it's okay. Zarya, she already has a skin that's exactly like that. That's kind of cool, but here we go. Widowmaker looks excellent. Tracer has a skin that's almost like that. Torb, kind of like it. Symmetra, it's alright. There's Sombra, Soldier. So these are obviously my favorite. Heavy on black with the gold pops. Looks really nice. She has a skin that's very much like that. Orisa looks especially good. And you know what? This is the one we're going to get. I play Orisa. I think the Dynasty is going to be awesome. I think this looks really super nice. Everyone generally thinks that the Soul Dynasty has the best uniforms with the mostly black with the touches of gold. It's really, I can't argue with it. And so, even though my number one team is going to be Dallas, let's go take a look at the Orisa. Yeah, just not loving it. Lucio, boring. Diva, that's pretty much who I play. Torbjorn and Sim. Not crazy about it, so let's go ahead and let's get our what I think is pretty badass, because I actually don't have an amazing skin for Orisa. We are going with this. I think this is definitely thumbs up, so let's do it. Alright, let's equip it. Pop back to the hero gallery. Orisa. Cool. We've got the Dynasty. Let's take a look at the emotes with this. Oh yeah. Oh, I like that with the cheer. Oh, Orisa is just like such a cute character. Really love the design of the character. I really think she's fun to play, and she's actually played a fair amount in Overwatch League. I didn't see any Reinhardt. There was just no Reinhardt anywhere. It was Orisa. It was mostly Diva, honestly. Like Divas and some Zaryas and a lot of Divas, Zaryas, some Roadhogs. But Reinhardt really was not a big part of the first week of Overwatch League. Wish I had gotten that one, but I didn't. Alright, take a quick look at the highlight intros. Shabam! Good looking skin. Keeping you safe. She knows she's going to get a highlight intro coming up. They just announced they're going to be doing a whole bunch of highlight intros and emotes and victory poses, not just the Blizz Worlds skins. So what we'll do is we will pop back in here and we will talk about what we think is going to happen in the next 2 days of games. I hope you check some of them out. I think it was worth it, and pretty much coming up soon, they're going to give you 100 more tokens for watching Overwatch League with your Twitch account, and they're also going to give you 100 tokens if you sign up for the newsletter. So you'll be able to get 2 more skins. I hope you do enjoy them. Valiant versus Fuel. I think Fuel's going to win. I think Fuel played the toughest team in the first week, and one of the top 2 teams. Maybe it's the Excelsior also. So I think Fuel is going to roll the Valiant. Next one is Mayhem versus Uprising. I think I'm going to call this one for Mayhem versus Uprising. Oh wait, I got them up here. So the Mayhem. Tivik's the only one I know on that team. It's like an all-Euro team. So I'm going to give it to Boston, I think. I've heard of Nico. Yeah, it's a tough one, but I'll call that one for Boston. Maybe it'll be a real good close match. And then San Francisco Shock versus Shanghai Dragons. I think the Shock is going to beat the Dragons. I think Dragons are probably going to be the worst team. We will see, though. This is only week 1. Next, we've got the Spitfire versus the Fusion. I think Spitfire, all Korean team, is going to win, beat the Fusion, even though the Fusion looked pretty darn good. Excelsior versus the Outlaws. I think Excelsior is going to win. Again, one of those heavily foreign teams. And Dynasty versus Gladiators. There you go. It's Dynasty is going to whoop the Gladiators. So I think your top teams are going to be the Dynasty, Korean, the Excelsior, which is Korean, and the Spitfire, which is Korean. And then after that, the best teams are probably going to be the Fuel, the Fusion, and it seems like the Outlaws are stacked, but they lost to the Fusion, so maybe it's just going to be close there. You can only do this for a minute. Like I said, Boston doesn't really have a lot of players that I know. Just really Nico. They've got Seagull, Effect, XQC, and Taimu. I like Seagull and Taimu did really, really good in the first week. XQC, though, was not so great. I saw him. I don't like him as a streamer. Not crazy about him. Not my favorite. And he made some bonehead plays. One time he held on to his Winston ult way too long when he could have totally shut down the other team. He waited and held it, and the team fought it off. So I thought that was a bad play by XQC. They were just really lacking, and they should have had Seagull playing tank instead of XQC. I just don't think his decision making is great. Florida again, Tivik was really the only one I know. The Outlaws, they seem pretty stacked. They've got Jake, who played for America in the World Cup. He's really good, DPS player. I've heard of Linkser and Raucus. They should be good. London Spitfire has like 2 whole Korean teams merged into it. It's amazing. Like Rascal, really good. A lot of good players. So they're going to be really solid. Gladiators. I've heard of Asher, Shore4. Shore4 also streams on Twitch. You can check them out there. They seem like maybe they're probably bottom 3rd. Valiant. Now, when I looked at this one, I was like, I think Soon's the only one I've heard of. Soon and maybe Envy. Not sure about the Valiants. I think they're a bottom third team. Excelsior, um, stacked. And then they're going to have Flower, the best Overwatch player in the world, probably, when he's 18. So, wow, Excelsior is going to be good and getting better. Fusion, now look at them. They are stacked. Shadowburn, really good. Um, and Fraggy, really good. I think Philly is really solid, surprisingly. Um, and then San Francisco has Sinatra, who's solid, and Dante. Um, really don't know a lot. Oh, and IDDQ. Um, I'm just not sure about them. Soul Dynasty, Toby, Miro, Munchkin. Yeah, they're really solid. And Shanghai Dragons, I just don't know them. I think they're going to be bottom third team. So I really enjoyed the first 2 days of games. Watched a little bit of all of them. I will continue watching in the future, and probably will do definitely much shorter than this one. This is just the first one, but we will go ahead and do some more in depth about the Overwatch League as the weeks go on. I probably won't be doing as many Overwatch gameplay videos. At best, on my best character, Lucio, um, I was low plat on Xbox and high gold on PC. Um, and most of the other characters, I'm definitely below that. So, a lot of Overwatch gameplay probably won't be coming from me in the future, but I do want to stay involved with Overwatch. I love the game. I still love playing arcade. And if anybody out there who enjoys these videos wants to get together and maybe do some meme videos or stuff like that, please let me know. Send me a DM, send me a personal message on the YouTube channel. Let me know if you want to get together and do some Overwatch meme games or something like that, content for the channel. Just having fun. All right, that is going to be all for now. Spinning Mantis out. Namaste.